Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here at Legal Matters with Yen. And if you are new to this channel and you just stumbled in, please do subscribe, like this video, as well as please do share. That could help me a lot, and thanks for doing that for me. This video is about my pets adoptions here in the Czech Republic. So I would like to bring up with you and talk about how did I adopt my dogs and as well as my cat. So let's dig into this one. I will explain to you everything how we adopted our dogs or our pet. Well, as you may know that I had a dog before this recent dog that I have. Unfortunately, he died due to a cancer that exploded on his body. So he died last year around this month on the 3rd of September, and he was with us for 8 years. The breed of the dog is a Bichon Frise, and his name is Zephyr. And if you would like to know more about him, please scroll down on my videos. There's a playlist in there that you can find out the story of my fur baby, which is Zephyr. So anyway, he was with us when he was a baby. We bought him from the kennel from a professional Bichon Frise breeder here in the Czech Republic, and we raised him since he was 2 months old, and he was with us until he turned 8 years old on the day of his birthday. And on his 8th birthday, he died on that day because he had a cancer, and that cancer was exploded on his body and it became toxic. So the doctor advised us to end his painful life that day. So it was painful and we grieve, and it was hard to accept the boy is gone. So anyway, enough for the drama. I don't want to start all over again and thank the pain. So let's start over with our new pet, our new family member. So here we go. Stay tuned. So finally, after a long 9 months of lingering, painful, grieving in our family because of the passing of my Zephyr, my beautiful dog, we finally, as a family, decided to adopt a new pet, a dog, which is to be one of our family members. So we keep looking on every pages or every internet that helped us to find the dog. And this is the reason why we are on this train, because we are on the way to pick up our dog, which is we named it Danny. Danny is from the Slovakia, and we are in Prague in the Czech Republic. So we had to travel to get him or to pick him up in Slovakia, and the rest were the story. It was a long ride. It took about 7 hours to ride on this train, an international train. Going there, we had the first class, which helped us a lot to be at least to be comfortable, because we are in the first class. We have a longer way to sit up our legs or to relax at least a little bit. There's a restaurant inside, so that helps us a lot, to have coffee, to be hydrated during the ride. So technically it was a good ride going there, so there's no problem. It was quite comfortable. We choose to ride on the train because if we have a dog coming back, it's gonna be hard for the dog to the tight space in the car. So, and also I don't want to ride that long distance on the road. It's gonna be hard for me. And also we look at the positive side that if we're gonna ride a train coming home, it's gonna be an ideal for the bonding between the dog and us, the family. So there would be a lot of time with the dog for us while on the train, just the 5 of us including the dog. So that would be an ideal than riding or driving in a car, because first the tight space, it's quite hard and it's not comfortable enough for the dog to have his own space. So I think we had a good decision, and we ended up a great decision for riding a train, because for all of us it was comfortable for everybody. Now, how did we find this dog? We found this dog to a website through the a Slovakian website, because we were searching for a dog that coming from a shelter, because at this time we wanted to save a dog, and instead of buying a dog through a kennel, we decided to how about save a dog through a shelter, because there's a lot of dog out there that needed a home. So we found this website, and I will link down that below. When we found the website, we started communicating to the host of the website, which is Vladimira. Vladimira doesn't speak English, so we had a little bit of hiccup when it comes to the language barrier, but we are glad because of the help of the messenger and Google Translate. It went smoothly. So we told her that we are interested to adopt one of her dog, which is the name of the dog is Damien, and now we called it Johnny. And for us to get the dog, we have to undergo first to some process, such as someone from the behalf of Vladimira has to come and check our house here in Prague to make sure that we have a decent house and we are a decent family, we are not, an abuser, and also to check the history background of our family, and some basic informations and some basic interview about us as the prospective adoptee of the dog. That person came to our house. The person who came to our house also asked about what should we do in case that we are going back to the States, what we gonna do to the pets. Either we're gonna send it back to the shelter or give it to our friends or whatever, or bring the dog with us to the US. So that's one of the biggest essential questions that you have to consider, just in case that you are not a citizen of the Czech Republic, or either you are going away for a longer time period. So what's your backup plan for that? So that's a lot of things to consider when you adopt a pet, either a dog or a cat. Another one for you to do while you have the dog already with you is that you have to keep an up-to-date about situations of the dog in your hands or in your home. So you have to send photos to the shelter about what's happening to the life of the dog that you just have adopted. You have to keep the routine for at least a year by sending the photos, videos of the life of the dog in your hands. Just a very simple update about the dog every now and then, probably like 2 photos in a month or a few videos in a month, and you have to do that for at least a year. Now another question is that how much does it cost to adopt a dog or a pet in the Czech Republic? Now the cost is very reasonable. Ideally, the adoption charge is only a bar is under 500 crowns and above. It depends to the dog that you are getting to. Likely, if the dog is already neutered or spayed or went to any major or minor surgery, then you have to pay for that. Otherwise, if the dog is clean, there's no any other surgery, then you only have to pay for the adoption phase. In this video, we are finally happy to mingle and met our adopted dog, which is Danny, and we're doing all the paperwork in here. We have to sign the contract and all the necessary documents that necessary for us to make sure that we finally own this dog as our adopted dog. In this video, we are on the way home back to Prague, and Danny is with us. He was very quiet. He was a very good boy traveling with us. He seems like he was nervous. He was shaking a little bit because everything is new for him, new faces, new transportation, and he doesn't know how to walk on the leash yet. So we give him some training on how to walk on the leash. During the trip, he was sleeping like 95% through the whole trip. He was sleeping a lot, barely wake up. So that was good, I think, because he rested a lot during during this trip. Another hiccup that we encountered during this trip with him was that he barely walked. He doesn't walk, I guess because he was afraid of the people, the crowd, the activity, what's going on his environment during those times. So we had to carry him, and he was weighing like 9 kilos, or that's about 19 pounds. So quite heavy for us, but we survived that trip. We did well, I guess, and the dog is really behaved. We are so happy with him right now. He's very energetic. He had a lot of energy, but he gave us a lot of happiness, and he brought back the joy in our life. And Danny is fixed, so we don't have to worry about him when he's running around in the park because he's totally clean. And Danny is doing well with our cat that we also adopted, and we had the same process in adoption with Danny. Now our house is like a rough house, but we doesn't care. The important is that we give these animals a home, a family, a happiness, and at the same time they give us as well the vice versa, the joy, the contentment, and the happy life in every dull moment on our time. Now guys, if you are interested to adopt a dog, please consider the following advices that I could give you. Please adopt a dog that you think you are capable of, treating the dog, giving the dog a home, and not just because you need the companion during your dull moment, but you treat the dog properly, give them love, and they will give you as 100 million times of love in return to you. Also consider to find a reputable shelter to make sure that all the dogs that you are about to adopt has been, treated well. And so a reputable shelters is an ideal for you to research, find it in the social media, research about it. And also remember that owning a pet also comes with a lot of responsibilities and commitments. Remember that owning also a dog, a lot of work and patient about the dog, and you have to train them just for them to be helpful enough for you, and it required a lot of walking, feeding the dog, and so on. And if you are able to give that to the dog, then you are good to go. So guys, before you adopt a dog or any animals, please consider to ask yourself if you are ready and matured enough and willing to take over the responsibilities of giving that dog a home, a family, a shelter, and all your attention and your love. And if you think your answer could be yes, then why not go ahead, find the best shelter that you think you can go and help the dog and pick up the perfect dog for you. That's it guys for today's video. Hopefully to see you again on my next vlog, and thank you for watching. Bye. Legal Matters with Yen signed out. Stay safe.